Hello.
And welcome.
This is Dave from the Electric Dice Podcast.
And this is Tristan from, I'm kind of from the Electric Dice Podcast.
Yeah, you're from the Electric Dice Podcast.
I do stuff. I am? Aw.
Yeah. Surprisingly, this door was not locked or stuck.
Yeah. I remember that coming up and being like, oh, that's interesting. I'll throw it open since doors seem less trapped than bookcases and floors and statues, generally. Fighters.
No.
Pyramids.
Okay. So into this room, which is in the hallway shortly before the three-way junction, straight leads you towards the headless statues, left leads you towards trap spiders, and into the yawning chasm of dirt and debris. You open the door, which opens inward. You see a room that seems to be 20 by 25 feet wide and almost completely barren and bereft of anything inside, save a few scuff marks up against the back wall on the floor.
All right, this is interesting. I will head in. I have at least one scimitar in hand and probably the other at the ready or something.
Sure.
And I want to go and give a gander to those scuff marks.
Okay.
They're on the floor. Oh.
Yeah, as if something had been like dragged or, kicked
or
by something
secret.
large. Oh.
Or secret door.
Secret.
I don't know if perception or investigation would be a more fitting thing here.
That's a good point. I actually think either are probably applicable.
We can each do one and just see. So I'm not constantly doing the I help Riergan, Riergan helps me. I got that's 17. I am proficient in perception, so that's a +3,
Nice.
So 20.
Yeah, she got a 19 plus stuff. So
okay.
Inspect the heck out of this room. Battle marks, right? Like a scuff from like a sword or something that's been deflected, right? Like a shield that was like held up and used to block the way. Those of perhaps metal being dragged across the floor, like perhaps a dead body in plate mail being dragged across the floor.
Oh, interesting.
What is the thing that finally gives it away? Because both of you succeeded, so I'm more interested in you telling a narrative. What is it that finally gives you away? That there is an illusory wall, but it's the wall on the right, not the wall on the back.
Oh,
the room extends further towards the right.
Okay. So I want to say that this feels like a Riergan thing, because Jax definitely feels like there's definitely something about this. In this, that, and the other dungeon I've encountered, there's always this secret wall, and he's like ditzing around there. And I almost want to say it's Riergan doing something with like looking at the scuff marks and triangulating positions, and just like I imagine her just walking over to the wall and just like putting her hand through it and just like waving it around a bit.
That's
and looking
awesome.
over as Jax is just in his own world, like and pushing on every like rock and trying to like wedge like one of his scimitars in one of the gaps and just like any little thing.
Oh, that's so good. Yeah, I love that too.
Just, like figures it out in like 12 seconds.
In my head, I was thinking she could like almost use echolocation, that the sound isn't bouncing off the walls correctly. But I really like the idea that, right, she's sort of figuring out what way the scuff marks are going. And you're like, this wall moves. And then she puts her hand through the wall and waves it for a little while. And then from her perspective, the wall just vanishes because it's illusory. So it's no longer there. And you're in your own world, and she's like looking at you doing the thing, thinking it's funny. If this was shot in like anime style, the screen would go like all black with just like red text would fly up, right?
Oh no.
Do you notice?
As much as Jax would be in his own world, he does seem attentive to Riergan.
Okay.
Like if something were to happen to her, even if it's like a glance over as she's like yoinked away through the wall.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like he wouldn't just ignore her for a solid 10 minutes. It'll be like 30 seconds of idiocracy and then like, hey, Riergan.
Right.
And like the turn and to see thing happens.
Okay. So go ahead and roll initiative with disadvantage.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna roll Riergan's normally.
I got a 9. That's with disadvantage.
Nice. And the creature got a crit 20.
Oh boy, so the creature's first.
Uh-huh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So you hear her. I think the thing that happens is you hear her like powering up like a fire spell, and I want to get like a cool like flame sound effect, right? As she like begins to call upon that.
Oh, it's a shame that all she has is fire bolts left.
Yeah. As a rather large skeleton streaks out of the illusory wall, right?
Ah.
Grabs her with both hands and tries to bite her face off.
Oh no. I don't like that.
Yeah. So charging is not in this game, so it actually can't attack for the surprise round, but then it goes first as well. So it moves up to her for the surprise round, grabs her, and is now going to attack. But thankfully, it does not get advantage on its attack.
That's good.
And it got a 3. So it missed.
All right.
So I think, this is probably thematically like magic and divine blood, right? But not actually a shield spell this time.
Yeah.
And then what did you get for your initiative?
A 9. So
Okay.
Riergan is next.
So she's in melee, and technically she's grabbed. So I think she's going to try and break away as an action. Break the grab.
Effect
She got it.
removes-
She made the save.
All right.
Sometimes it's opposed. In this case, it was just a flat number.
Okay, that's good.
So as an action, it can make to break free. The only danger there is now she'll provoke if she moves. But I think she knows you usually move into melee, right?
Yeah, I will be like the standard is probably I'm up in the fray trying to deal damage while she stands back and blasts up with fire.
So a 16 hits her.
Yeah.
Okay.
She does not have great AC. I believe she does have just like an 11.
So she takes 6 damage.
Ooh.
So this is a pretty grisly swipe. This thing just has like, at a glance, you're looking at it, it seems to be an amalgam of many different creatures, as even the hands are mismatched, but one of them looks like a giant, oversized, like monkey's paw.
Ooh, do not
just,
like that.
Yeah. Swipes at her as she tries to like, dodge away. You're up.
Lovely. All right, I am going to do my standard run up and try and attack it. So, and these are with +5. First one is a 16 + 5, 21. I'm hoping hits.
Yeah, hits.
All right, for a d6 + 3 damage. 6, so 9 damage.
9 damage. Holy smokes.
Yeah. I mean, I got a 6 and I have a +3 to it.
Yeah.
And then my offhand attack does a 20 hit.
A 20 does hit.
And this one is for... Oh, hell yeah, another 9 damage.
Are you kidding me?
I am not kidding you.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So, what's it look like as it drops?
So I imagine Jax is kind of protective of Riergan. This thing just ran up, grabbed her. She escaped, and as she was trying to run away, it like smashed at her or whatever. He's kind of miffed. He's not happy with this thing, and he is well trained in the art of combat. So I imagine it's anime style. He runs up. He has both swords drawn, and I think the first one is just like a standard big ol' strike. And as the creature's kind of coming back to be like, all right, I survived that. The second one has all that force just as much.
Nice.
As it's like a spinning kind of slash through it. And the first one probably knocked it off balance, and the second one really just took advantage of that. The first one's opportunity. Just boom, slashes right through it. Ignore the fact that it's sword against bone.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't end up getting to see a lot of what like puts this thing together, right? Because it pretty much shatters to pieces and falls apart. But you can see lopsided and inconsistent sized bones as they sort of like tumble away, right? Thankfully, there was only one skeleton in this room.
Yeah.
But you are unfortunately now faced with the predicament. This illusory wall was containing something behind it, something even more massive, and feeling very dangerous, though it has not moved yet. Do you look upwards?
I
you feel it
hate
looming in your shadow, in the just out of your vision, knowing it's drawing itself towards you.
You know what?
Come
Yeah,
on.
I both swords at the ready, steeling myself for whatever may come. I look up